My name's Paul, and today I'll be demonstrating just a couple of the most basic tools and functions in 3ds Max 2016. I'm sure most of us will remember how to use at least some of these tools, but I needed a bit of a refresher, so I decided to make this. I'll start with showing you guys some of the most basic shapes. This tab here is called the Standard Primitives tab, and it's where the third grade shapes are, like the sphere, the cone, and the pyramid, and stuff like that. For most of these shapes, you're going to go into the viewport. You're going to select your shape and then go into the viewport and drag out the bottom of the shape, drag up until the height is where you want it, and then click one more time and you've got the shape. Some of them are going to be easier, like the sphere, where you can just drag out and it's done, and some of them are going to be a little bit more difficult, like the tube, where you go like that and then you have to decide how thick you want it, and then you make it as tall as you want. Now, this list seems pretty small, this list of shapes, but there are so many things you can do with different tools in 3ds Max, like connect different shapes using the Boolean tool, and stretching different parts of different shapes by converting each shape to an editable mesh. There are also lots more lists of more shapes that you can do that are more complex. They include things like oil tanks, hoses, trees, and stairs. The next thing I'll be demonstrating are the different viewport settings / tools down here. The viewports, surprisingly, are the ports that you use to view your creations. These four things right here. This is the top view, this is the left view, this is the front view, and this is the perspective view, which allows you to look at the creation the way it would look in real life. The first tool down here is the zoom tool. You can click the zoom tool and go drag down in the viewport you want to zoom out, or drag up to zoom in. You can do the same thing with the mouse wheel on your mouse if you have one. This next tool is called the Zoom All tool, and you can use it just like the zoom tool, except it zooms in and out all four viewports at one time instead of just one of them. These next two tools right here, Zoom Extend Selected and Zoom Extends All Selected, do basically the same thing as the Zoom and Zoom All tools, except you can just do it with the click of one button. The Zoom Extend Selected tool, this first one, you can just click, and in the selected viewport it'll move all the objects to the center of the screen. Or you can select an object and click it, and in that one viewport it'll put the object you selected in the center of the screen. And the next one does what the Zoom All tool did for the Zoom tool. It just does it in all four of the viewports. This next tool right here is called the Field of View tool, and whenever you drag the mouse up or down, it makes the width of the lens that you're looking through different, allowing you to see more or less of the viewport. It looks similar to zooming, but it is not the same thing. This tool right here beside the Field of View tool, it looks like a hand, is called the Pan View tool, and it allows you to move the camera left, right, up, or down without zooming or changing the field of view. This tool here, which is called the Orbit Subobject tool, lets you select an object and then rotate it any which way you want, so you can see the images, the objects, from any angle you want. You can do this same thing with this little cube up in the top right corner of the screen. And some people think it's a little easier because you can just click the corners or the faces of the cube to instantly go to a specific view. This last viewport tool is called Maximize Viewport Toggle, and whenever you click it, the selected viewport that you have will extend to fill the entire viewport area, and then you can work in only that viewport if you want to, and then you can click it again to bring all four viewports right back. The final tools I'll be showing you are up here in this top toolbar. It's their Select Object, Select and Move, Select and Rotate, and Select and Uniform Scale. Select Object does what the name implies. You can just select the different objects in your viewport. Select and move, select and rotate, and select and uniform scale are just variations of that one. You can select an object and use these arrows to move it up and down and side to side. Select and rotate lets you select an object and use the different circles to rotate it however you want. And this last one, select and uniform scale, lets you select an object and make it smaller or bigger. And that's it.